quiet, grounded tone. Kabir lived in a village where survival was the only topic of conversation. He had holes in his shoes, a bag held together by threads, and a stomach that often went empty before bed. But he carried a specific, detailed plan in his mind. He spent his walks to school imagining a business that would finally pay for his mother's medicine and move his father out of the sun-scorched fields. The neighbors didn't share his vision. Whenever he spoke about his goals, they laughed, telling him a boy with nothing should focus on finding his next meal instead of dreaming about the horizon. This constant ridicule wore him down. Living without basic resources often forces a person to look only at the dirt beneath their feet, making it difficult to believe in any other version of the future. This creates a difficult choice. Do you listen to the environment that surrounds you, or do you find a way to protect an idea that no one else can see? Empty pockets are a burden, but the real danger of poverty is how it eventually convinces a person that a different life isn't even possible. One evening by the river, a teacher named Guruji found Kabir in despair. Instead of money, he handed the boy a small, dusty mirror. Guruji told him to look past the exhaustion in his eyes. He pointed to the flicker of determination still visible in his reflection, a fire that most people choose to ignore until it goes out. This is how doubt works. Every insult and every no acts like a layer of grit landing on a polished surface. If you don't clear it away, that buildup eventually hides the person you are actually capable of becoming. You cannot wish the dust away. You have to physically wipe the surface clean every day through your actions, refusing to let the village's low expectations settle on your own vision. From that day on, Kabir stopped arguing with his neighbors. He realized his job wasn't to change their minds, but to keep his own reflection clear. Kabir started working immediately. After school, he spent his evenings washing glasses at a roadside tea stall, earning just enough to stay afloat. On weekends, he gave up his only rest to apprentice with a local mechanic, learning how to take apart and repair the electronics that the wealthier villagers owned. Every night, while the rest of the village was silent, Kabir sat under a dim light to study. He sacrificed sleep and comfort to gain the knowledge that his environment couldn't provide. This diagram shows how those small efforts began to stack. By saving every rupee, he turned a small pool of capital into a tiny repair corner. Reinvesting earnings into better tools grew this into a full electronic shop. When you start with nothing, your only leverage is the work you are willing to do while everyone else is resting. A decade of that discipline changed everything. Kabir eventually opened 3 separate locations and launched his own brand of mobile accessories, supplying the very shops he used to walk past as a child. The people who once told him to focus on his next meal now stood outside his office, asking for employment. His mother now has a private doctor, and his father has spent the last 5 long years resting at home, his days in the fields finally over. When Guruji visited the new office, Kabir welcomed the teacher with the same mirror he had been given years before, now clean and bright. Guruji noted that Kabir was living proof of a simple truth. The world will always try to make you think small, but your true potential is defined by the absolute clarity of your vision, not the balance in your bank account. If you feel just a spark of that same fire today, don't let the dust of doubt cover it up. Take one disciplined action right now. Subscribe to join this journey and start building your next chapter.